How's everyone doing today? Well, it's been a while since I've done a video. It's been too busy doing other things, and anyways, today I'm out in the sugar bush. As you can tell, we've got a little bit of snow here now. It's first week of December, and my goal this year is to add some more taps to my sugar operation here. So I'm at roughly about 350 taps, but I want to open up a new area to get another at least 100 taps or so. I could probably do a lot more, but this year try to do 100. But what I need to do is get a main line and throw a main line up over the creek here so that I can actually bring back more sap, because right now as it stands, I'll show you in a minute, but it's kind of like a drop here and then the valley goes down over that way. But I need to get my sap over that way. There's some lines I've got over here I can show you in a minute of all my other lines heading back. So I want to put a main line up across the river so I can tap into that area over there and bring it back here. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if there's going to be enough slope. I hope there is. From what I've been reading, it's needed about 4% drop, I think, every 20 feet. And I don't have the tool to measure with. I was looking at it last night, it's like 450 bucks. And I'm not going to buy that. I'll just eyeball it. And if there's enough slope, your sap should flow back to where you need to be. And I think where I've been kind of cutting some area out, it should be enough to get me what I need. But anyways, things you need to set up your main line here is, I've actually done one small main line on my last section last year, maybe about 50, 60 feet. But there's going to be like a big gap, probably like 200-300 feet, I think. You need your main line here. So I'm using 3/4 main line. A lot of people use 1 inch, but I'm not sure how much sap I'll be bringing back there. Ideally, I could probably tap, a couple hundred trees up in that area to flow back, but we'll see what happens with that. You also need some wire to go out down here. So I've got some 12 gauge wire. Last year, I used some thicker wire that Chris had already bought. It was a little too thick because you need to clip your some of your syrup fittings onto here, so it holds it on tight. So when you attach your actual lateral lines into your main line, that it holds. They were working okay last year, but we're going to try something different this year. I got some ratchet straps here so that I can tighten up the lines and make them nice and snug so they don't sag. And then as well, I've got these tensioners. Some people call them Chinese finger traps. But basically what they are just these pieces of wire that are braided, and then you stick it into the end of your pipe here, which I will show you once we get up there. And then it can just hold on to the end of the tree. It holds on to the end of your pipe. So you can tension it on one side, and the other side you put this on the other side, and tension it nice and tight. So it's good. And the 12 gauge wire, what we're going to do is you need it on the top of your main line there, so it helps prevent it from sagging. And I have some other equipment too. I'll show you what we'll be doing here. So let's take a quick look at what area I'm going to try to open up here. So here's some of my lateral lines from last year and the previous years with some of the trees here that I tap. But what I want to do is, I don't know if you can see, there's some birch trees straight across there that I want to do my starting point. But I'm still having a hard time figuring this out because I don't know if the slope's going to be enough from here down to where I want it to be. Because right now, I've got my road right here. So I don't want my lateral lines low here because I use this all the time coming back and forth. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do this so that it works. There's another tree, actually maple tree here I might work. And I might actually go farther down this way. We'll see what happens. It's just going to be a little bit of eyeballing it. So I'll grab some wire and let's try pulling some wire out to where we need it to be on the other side of the valley there. I actually cut down a big old dead beech tree. You can probably see laying down there. So I have more of a clear path coming through here. So I might actually tie into a maple tree that's behind it and put the line up about 4 feet higher on the tree than I am and just bring it down, and hopefully that's going to work. So let's try this out. I probably should have got some flagging tape and flag the other side of where I'm going to be so I can kind of eyeball where I'm going to go. But here we go. Let's start pulling some wire. And of course it always coils up on me, so it makes it difficult for me to pull it properly. This is where it'd be handy to have a spool. You put on a spool and then it just winds out. But I like to do things the hard way here, you know. There we go. A little better. And with the thinner wire too, it tangles a bit easier. Okay, we've got all untangled. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some of my old 3/16 syrup line on the wire here, because what happens is if you don't, you wrap around the tree, what's going to happen in a few years, the tree's going to grow over your wire and then go into the tree. So you want to have something to protect the tree, and then you'll be able to move it up and down if needed down the road. Last year what I did, I actually tied the wire and then did a ratchet strap to it, but I was looking at how tying some knots with wire on YouTube this year, so I'm just gonna use it and tie a knot here, and I'm probably gonna go relatively high because I want it to have enough drop. Okay, so let's tie a Z like this. We're gonna bring it up and over this, and then behind here we're gonna twist. It's not looking pretty, but it should hopefully hold for all purpose. And then we just pull it tight there. And I'm just going to wrap the end pieces here just because I can. So there we go. And I'm probably going to have it really high like this. It's hard to see here. I'm probably going to put it up a little higher like this, so that when I tie in my main line here, it's going to have enough slope to get me where I want to be. All right, so I'm on the other side now. I might be totally off on my angles here, so we'll be readjusting as I go along here. All right, I don't know how much sound I got because I've just found my microphone in snow there, so might be doing some more dubs here. So what I've done here, got my ratchet strap here. I am going to cut some of the wire here and try to tension some of it up a bit here and see how it goes. Same thing, I'm going to try to all knot in the end here. There's quite a bit of slack in the line here, so we will be definitely getting it tighter here. It's always a two-person job to see what we can get done here. All right, we got clamped on now. Now we can get this raised up a bit here and ratchet tight, see what happens. Now I'll tell you, this definitely probably not the right way to do things. I'm winging a lot of the stuff I do here. I'm not very technical, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but I have to undo the ratchet strap and get more stuff through because she's going to be, yeah, we got lots of play still. So I've got another ratchet strap. I'll probably wrap around, pop it in so I can pull it tight again. I'll be right back with it. All right, so by having two ratchet straps here, it'll make my life a lot easier. I should be able to tension the wire nice and tight now. I always put these things on wrong too. Some nemesis, these straps. There we go. So I'll lock that one in a bit. I'll take this other one off first before it gets too in there, too tight. There we go. There we go, let's get her nice and tight there. I'm going to want it really tight though so it has a nice tension. So I'll walk back there quickly and take a look and see how it looks. But in the meantime, I'm going to take this and twist the wire around here a bit more so it's a little wrapped around. So it doesn't slip. My luck, I'll come out here in the spring and it'll be all falling down, which I'm hoping it's not. Hey, that should do it. I'll be right back after I go check everything down there. Okay, before I get this too tight, I'm going to put the main line with that as well. So I've got, I'm able to tie the wire ties on as well. So let's find the end of this here. So here's the tensioner grip. So all we're going to do is take this. It's probably going to be complicated now because I'm trying to show you. You just kind of push it down like this. And then you slip it on. It should go right through, which is ideally what I'd like it to do. They're a little fun to play with because you're kind of like stretchy and bouncy. Oh. Maybe this is the new style. They said there was open ends. I think the open end was here so you can actually get the pipe right through, which is ideally what I would like. I'll see if I can't play with it a bit. There we go. Open end, close end. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay, so now when you pull on it, it's got a nice grip on it. So let's pull this through. This is where it's nice to have a spool for this stuff as well. But I don't have that kind of money to buy all those big fun toys. So as per usual when I'm doing stuff, things never go right. So this hose here is kinked on me, and basically looks like it's got a hole in it. So I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store, get a 3/4 connector so I can connect those, cut this in half, connect it, so I can continue on. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go to the other end quickly and try to wire up some stuff while I'm out here, and we'll show you how that's done. Okay, so same thing as the wire. I got the tensioner grip here. It seems to be sliding, which it shouldn't be. Kind of frustrating. But what I'm going to have to end up doing is, when I'm at the hardware store, I'm going to get a shut-off valve on this side, just a tap. So then if it does slide, it'll hit this part and won't pop off. So that in the spring, I can use a shut-off valve to pour some isopropyl down there to clean it out with, and then shut it off so bugs and stuff won't get in. And I've been told you need to have a little bit, open a little bit so you have a little bit of air so there's flow going through with your sap. So we'll see how that all works in the spring. But I'm just going to get this this one here all sorted out quickly here and tightened up first. I'm actually going to have to go loosen this one up a bit. I want to raise this another foot or so that it's a lot tighter or a lot higher, so I have a bit more of a slope. And there we go. So it's not going to do a whole lot right now just because the other end is not tight. But what we're going to do right now is figure out how to use the wire stuff here to wire this stuff up with. Just got to find the end of it here, which looks like this might be it here. Okay, so now, okay, so I've got the wire ties here and this fancy little tool to tie them up with. So we'll start one right here for now. This might not be so easy with that being not so tight, but we'll see what happens. Might not go as I planned. Probably not. We'll start one farther down here. This is where I want to get it slacked up a bit. All right, I got the first two up. What I'm going to probably do is go loosen the other side quickly so I can drop this down a bit because I'm not going to be able to reach across the whole way. It's way too high, and that'll give me a little bit more playroom here. Okay, I've loosened the slack up now, so it's at a manageable level. And things that I think should take like 20 minutes takes hours. But this should save me a lot of time in the spring. So I'm just gonna go down with this, and every foot or so, 2 feet, or throw on some more of this wire. I got 7-inch ones. Now that I'm doing this, I probably should have got the 6-inch ones. First few were kind of tricky to get on, but now that I've got 1 or 2 on, holding it up at the other end there. Not gonna look pretty, but as long as it's functional and it works. There you go. It's going a little faster now that I got this tool figured out. Maybe not. So what you want to do with this thing is you want to wrap around the pipe. You have the 2 holes lined up here. You stick your tool in here between the 2 holes, and you just spin like this. It's supposed to wind up nicely. And that's going okay. I really want to get this done though before the deep snow hits. So I don't want to be in here doing this when it is super deep. Probably should have cut down a few more trees through here too, but I thought I was going to have enough room. Worst case, we can come back and cut them down later on. All right, it's going a little quicker than I expected it to, which is good. Now that I've got this less tension, the wire, it's easier when it's lower to the ground. I was hoping to have this done in the summertime, but way too much going on then. All right, we'll get this finished up and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. All right, so I've got some of it done. Like I said, I have to run the hardware store to get what I need to fix my screw up. But what I'm going to do here is just give this a bit of a tighten up here again, just to tension it up a bit. No, that might not work. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to grab my other ratchet actually to tighten this up more. So now that this is all tightened up on me too much, so tell me I'm not all wrong, we have to redo this. So yesterday, just before I was leaving, I wanted to try to tension up the line a wee bit more, and one more ratchet on the ratchet broke the line, so I tried to fix it here. I'm gonna try to get this all figured out here right now, so that I can get it done and tighten up and finish the line before the snow hits. It's starting to snow a little bit here. So I'm gonna try to get this done here. Don't have much battery power left. So we'll see if we can get this figured out and show you once it's done. Okay, so after a few hours of pulling this main line and ratchet strapping, I've got it all done, I think. So this is the end of the line here. Tube comes up and out there. I just did a water test. I poured water at the far end, and for the most part it came through. There's one or two spots that was sagging, so I just had to wire it up quickly. This part might be a little bit saggy here, but it seems to be flowing. I'll have to readjust that once I take off some of these lines. What I'm going to end up doing is taking these lines, attaching them to the main line here. So I've got less lines thrown through the woods here, so it's less messy and less stuff to be dealing with. But I'll show you the spot here where it got caught up a little bit. I've been back through here a number of times, going back and forth. So this is a spot in here where it got kind of saggy, but I just took some wire here and attached it to there, and that seemed to fix the problem, no problem. And it'll be okay, I think. Test will be in the spring. But yeah, some of these tubes here, I'm definitely going to have to figure out which ones I need. It's not so long here that I can just attach into there, so it just flows back in one solid stream. So what I've done too is Halfway through as well, I put another ratchet strap with a tensioner on just to pull it tight, because it is quite the ways I've got going, but it'll help it stay tighter. I'd like it to be a bit tighter, but I don't want to break the tensioner keeps slipping on me a bit. But I've put some wire on here as well to hold this up. I'll probably tighten that up a bit, and I'll show you where that spot that I was working on when I was talking to you guys last. But so I had this ratchet strap. I had a tensioner on this tree, but because the wire had broke, I ended up just attaching it to another tree here with 2 straps instead, which I think works out better because it's more of a straight run as opposed to around another tree. So yeah, happy to have it done. Let's go take a look up here quickly, and I'll show you where it snapped the wire, where I got it fixed now. I think it seems to be holding, which is good. So this is where I'd touch the wire here, and another one here. So I've tied them up and it's holding. And not sure if you can see where the green strap is over there in the woods, hard to see, but that's the start there. So what I'll probably do tomorrow now is I'm gonna go up. I think I've got lots of 316 line. I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna start wrapping around trees to figure out where I wanna put the sap, my new taps, and we'll do another video on that. So there you go, guys, that's how I set up the main line. Bit of a struggle today and yesterday, but it's worked. These ties are working great. I'm really happy with that. I'm gonna have to put some more on in certain areas. So the last half I did not put the wire up just because it's a bit of a struggle down there, and I think that having it stretched in 2 different places there, I've got tied around a few trees. I think that's going to be pretty good. If I find it's going to start sagging with the sap in the spring, I will just be coming through with some more wire and tying them to trees so they hold up better, so it doesn't sag. I'm gonna actually do that now, just so it's done, because I see a few places that might be sagging. But anyways, there we go, guys. I can't wait to get some more taps in for next year. I think, I don't know if I told you guys, but I sold out of all my syrup this year. So I need to make hopefully another 50 to 100 liters so I have more to sell. Hey guys, there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully that helped you guys out if you guys have syrup bushes. And I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but this is how I've done it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you out there. Have a great day.